lie down. This class is going to be pretty restful, not a lot of poses. Take your time, move slowly through your transitions, and just rest, listen to your body, find stillness, try not to move too much, just get into the pose and breathe. So come all the way down to Shavasana, tuck your tail toward the front of the mat, palms face up. You can put your, if you have a prop, you can put it somewhere that's comfortable to you. I'm gonna just put it under my hips, raise my hips a little bit. Close your eyes and just start to notice your breath. Feel the breath coming in and the breath going out. Notice the quality of the breath. As you inhale, notice the cool air coming in and the warm air going out. Soften your jaw, allow your shoulder blades to sink into the floor, your hips, your heels. Maybe this is the first time that you've paused to notice your breath all day. Pause for a moment of stillness. And just notice what this stillness can afford you. When you're ready, we'll begin to deepen the breath. So take a deep breath in. Pause at the top and hold. And open the mouth, exhale. Let the breath out with a sigh. Again, inhale, deep breath in. Fill all the way up, feel the belly rise, the chest. Inhale, holding at the top. And open the mouth to exhale. Once more, deep breath in. Hold at the top. And open the mouth, exhale. Feel the body completely sink into the floor. Staying with that deep breath, inhale. And exhale through the nose this time. Closing off the back of the throat, making an ocean noise with your exhale. Coming into your ujjayi breath, the breath that warms the body, the breath that calms you. Just sit with that for a moment. Notice how that makes you feel. Feel that breath radiating out into your limbs, your fingertips, your toes. As you're ready, begin to move your prop out of the way. If you have one, bring the soles of your feet together, press your feet into one another, knees come wide, opening up the hips for Supta Baddha Konasana. Left hand comes to your heart, right hand comes to your low belly. Continuing with the ujjayi breath, staying active in the feet, pressing the feet together so you can feel that sensation in your hips. Maybe leaving the eyes closed here. Feeling your belly rise and fall with each breath. Maybe this is where you set an intention for your practice. Whether that's an emotion, or an intention, just how you intend to feel for the rest of the evening or going into the weekend. Whatever comes up here, just stick with that. A few more breaths here. When you're ready, start to bring your hands to the outside edges of your thighs. Start to pull your knees together up and in. Coming into wind relieving pose, wrap your arms around your legs. Gently rock from left to right. Feeling that low back massage. Continuing with the Ujjayi breath. Start to grab hold of the right shin, send the left leg long, drawing the right knee in towards your chest. Deep breath in. Exhale as you draw the knee in closer, in towards your chest. Begin to bring your left hand outside your right knee. Right arm comes out to the side and twist to the left. Supine twist. Gazing over at your right palm. Using the left palm to just gently send that right knee towards the floor. Option here to grab your prop and just tuck it underneath your right knee if you wish. If that feels good. Leave the eyes closed here. Notice anything that's coming up for you here, emotions, sensations. Whatever you're feeling, just send the breath there. Inhaling and exhaling. On your next exhale, slowly come back through center. Draw both knees in once more. Give yourself a big hug, curl into a ball. And then begin to hug the left knee in, sending the right leg long. Inhale. Exhale, draw the left knee a little bit closer in towards your chest. Big squeeze here. And as you're ready, rolling over onto your right side, taking right palm outside left knee, left arm extends out, supine twist on this side. Maybe you transfer your prop over to the other side, allowing your left knee to rest. Continue breathing deep. If you find that your thoughts start to wander, always come back to the breath. On your next exhale, slowly come back through center, drawing both knees in towards the chest once more. Give yourself a big hug. Squeeze everything, coming into a little ball. And then making a big X shape with your body, sending your ankles to the bottom corners of your mat. Wrists to the top corners of your mat. Stretch nice and long, full body stretch. Then begin to cross your left ankle over your right wrist, or right hand grabs left wrist, banana pose, crescent moon shape, whatever you want to call it, just side body stretch. I invite you to play with the crossing of your ankles, the grip of the wrists. Find what feels good to you in this moment. When you feel complete there, move back through center, make a big X shape with your body. See how long you can stretch your arms and your legs. Maybe you rotate the ankles and wrists. And then move on over to the other side. Right ankle crosses over left. Left hand grabs right wrist. Feeling that full side body stretch. Again, maybe switching the ankles or the grip of the wrists here, whatever feels good to you. Continue to fill the belly with your inhale. Exhale through the nose. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, your hips, and your ankles. And making your way back through center, big full body stretch again, big X shape. Maybe you rotate the ankles and wrists once more. When you're ready, you guys are just gonna flip over to a rotisserie chicken, flip over onto your belly. I'm just gonna flip this way so I can be a little bit closer to the camera. And then start to bring your arms up to a T, lying on your belly. Choose whatever side you want. We're going for twisted cross, so just rolling onto one side, one shoulder. Opening up here, again, using your prop as you want. I'm gonna move my blanket down a little bit so I have like support for my right foot here, if I can get it right. Just make yourself comfortable. We'll spend a few breaths here, a few moments. Feeling that chest open, that nice shoulder stretch. Soften your head towards the floor. Taking in that full body experience, noticing where else in your body you feel this stretch. And as you're ready, we'll transition over to the other side. Gently come back to that T shape. Maybe move your prop over to the other side. Again, making yourself comfortable. Rolling over onto the other side. Twisted cross. When you feel complete there, transition back through center. First, bring your palms underneath your shoulders, and then just gently start to come up onto forearms, elbows coming underneath the shoulders, forearms are parallel, making your way into Sphinx pose. Energetically drawing the elbows back toward the back edge of the mat, opening up through the chest, not crunching in the neck. Allowing the hips to sink down toward the floor. If it feels comfortable to you, you can gaze over one shoulder, move back through center and then over the other shoulder. You can do this a few times, once or twice. Yogi's choice, it's all up to you. Begin to make your way all the way back down, making a little pillow with your palms, bend your knees, windshield wiper the legs back and forth. Feel that release in your low back. We're going to do Sphinx once more, so just when you're ready, start to come up onto elbows, forearms here. Make sure everything's squared up, hips are squared, elbows are underneath the shoulders, gazing forward, opening up through the chest. Noticing if this second time is a little bit different than the first. When you're ready, make your way all the way back down to your belly. Again, making a pillow with your hands, maybe opposite hand on top this time. If you remembered, forehead comes to your hands, and windshield wiper the legs. We'll go for one more back bend, so gently release the feet to the floor. You can come back into Sphinx. Otherwise, gently press up for seal, just leaving the hips on the floor. Straightening the arms, again, opening up through the chest. Breathing deeply. One more inhale here. And exhale, gently release to the floor, come all the way down. We'll windshield wiper once more. Back and forth. Again, feeling that low back release. Start to bring the knees back in, feet can come to the floor. Begin to shift back toward the back edge of your mat. Big toes come to touch. Knees go wide, sending the hips towards the heels. Fingertips crawl out, child's pose. Releasing all the way to the floor, head comes down. Take up space here, crawl your fingertips out, send your hips further down towards your heels. Maybe you come back to your intention here. Rock your head from side to side. And then come to find stillness. Just breathing here. If you feel really comfy here and you want to stay, you're welcome to stay in child's pose. Otherwise, begin to shift forward, coming into tabletop. This is the highest that we're going to get this whole practice. So just so you know, we're never going to even leave the floor here. I could have mentioned that at the beginning, but coming into tabletop, starting to center your left palm right underneath your face, inhaling the right arm high. And exhale, loop it through, threading the needle, coming down onto the right shoulder. Kind of a counter stretch for the twisted cross pose. Squaring up the hips, sending the tailbone high, head is low. Any variation for the left arm, you can tuck it behind you, or just leave it be right where it is. Again, full body experience, noticing where you feel sensation here, not just in your shoulder, but doing a quick body scan, analyzing where you feel this pose. When you're ready, gently press through your left palm, inhale the right arm high. Once more, counter stretch and set it down right where your left palm was, so underneath your face. Inhale the left arm high. And exhale, loop it through, coming down onto that left shoulder, squaring up the hips, threading the needle, noticing if this side is different, not judging, just taking stock. Staying with the Ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling. Noticing if you can lengthen your exhales. And as you're ready, gently pressing into right palm, inhaling the left arm high, counter stretch, and setting it back down. We're going to make our way into pigeon pose. So if you're looking for more of a restful pigeon, you can come onto your back and do reclined pigeon, just interlacing your fingers behind your thigh. But everyone else, otherwise, we're just going to bring the right knee into your right wrist, flexing the right toes, making your way into pigeon pose. We're going to spend a few moments here, so make yourself comfortable. Sometimes it's a nice option to tuck a pillow, blanket, some sort of prop underneath your hip, your right hip, since we're doing the right side first. Inhale, lift and open the chest, and exhale, come all the way down. If you're doing reclined pigeon, drop both knees a bit further in towards your chest. Option to straighten the leg, the left leg if you've started on the right side. Stay with your breath here. Again, doing a quick body scan and figuring out how you can make yourself more comfortable in this posture. This can often be an intense pose, intense hip opener. So just find how you can make yourself more comfortable. And the way in which you do that may be just coming back to the breath. Sending the breath to your hip. One of my yoga teachers at Yoga Farm taught me to imagine a little pair of lungs wherever you're feeling the sensation, and they're breathing, wherever that body part is that you're feeling sensation. If you're in traditional pigeon, you can start to make your way back up. Inhale, lift the chest, press into your palms. If you're in reclined pigeon, you can bring your heels toward the floor. And as you're ready, switch sides. Regular pigeon, bringing left knee behind left wrist, flexing left toes. Prop comes underneath your left hip. Inhaling to lift the chest high. And exhaling, coming all the way down. Reclined pigeon, you take a deep breath in. And exhale, draw your knees in closer towards your chest. Option to straighten the right leg or leave it parallel to the mat. Soften through the jaw, your shoulders. Close your eyes. Notice any emotions that are coming up for you here. And just staying present to them. Hip openers can bring up a lot of emotion. And sometimes we don't know why, it just happens. So just being present to that and continuing to stay with the breath. If you're in regular pigeon, inhale and gently press back up. If you're in reclined pigeon, you can bring your heels back down towards the floor. And we're going to flip back over onto our backs now. A couple more poses before your final resting pose, Shavasana. Make your way right into happy baby, however you want to get there. Widening the knees. Hands come to the outside edges of your feet. Can rock from left to right. Tuck your tailbone down. Low back is flush with the mat. Soften your shoulder blades. Stay with the Ujjayi. Gently release your happy baby. And then make your way into another inversion of your choice. Option to stay with happy baby. Option to send legs up a wall. I'm going to try to tuck my blanket under my hips so it kind of simulates that. You can also tuck a block under your hips too if you have one. But a nice firm blanket folded a few times actually is working, so. Any way that you can send your feet above your heart and your head. You can come into a shoulder stand. Whatever you have, just stay present. Close your eyes, soften your jaw. Maybe let the teeth separate in your mouth. Three more full breaths wherever you are. On your last exhale, gently make your way out, whatever kind of inversion you're in. And begin to make your way to Shavasana, final resting pose, whatever that looks like for you. You can bring feet to the outside edge of your mat, knees knocked together. You can bring soles of the feet together, knees wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. You can go for traditional Shavasana, or a bolster under your knees, as I see my mother is doing, pillow under your head. Just making your way there. Take a deep breath in and open the mouth, exhale. Let go of the Ujjayi breath. I'm just going to read you a little meditation from John Muir. It's called Traveling the Milky Way. Kind of sets the mood for sleepy time. We all travel the Milky Way together, trees and people, but it never occurred to me until this storm day, while swinging in the wind, that trees are travelers in the ordinary sense. They make many journeys, not extensive ones, it is true, but our own little journeys away and back again are only little more than tree wavings, many of them not so much. When the storm began to subside, I dismounted and sauntered down through the calming woods. The storm tones died away, and turning toward the east, I beheld the countless hosts of the forests, hushed and tranquil, towering above one another on the slopes of the hills like a devout audience. The setting sun filled them with amber light and seemed to say, while they listened, "My peace I give unto you. My peace I give unto you." Shavasana. Begin to deepen the breath. Slowly coming back to the surface. Bringing small movements to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. On an inhale, stretch your arms long overhead. Full body stretch. And then begin to draw your knees in towards your chest, rolling over onto one side. Curling into a little ball, resting here. Allowing your heart to settle. Pausing for a moment of gratitude for yourself. And maybe for someone or something else. Picturing something in the mind's eye. As you're ready, with the eyes closed, gently press to a seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Palms come together at heart center. We'll take a deep breath in. And open the mouth and exhale. Thumb tips come up to your third eye, your forehead center. The light in me sees, honors, and loves the light in each and every one of you. Together we say, Namaste.